WWE Superstar comments on possibly replacing Roman Reigns as Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania opponent. The Hardy Boyz to reunite against former WWE Tag Team Champions. And Booker T comments on why Stone Cold Steve Austin's return could be scary for him. What's up, everyone? I'm Jose G, and there's a lot to talk about in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. Never miss brand new content by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. WWE Superstar comments on possibly replacing Roman Reigns as Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania opponent. Goldberg believes his performance against Bobby Lashley proves he can drastically alter WWE Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar plans for WrestleMania. Goldberg defeated Lashley at Crown Jewel in a match that was widely viewed as one of the best of his career. The legendary superstar's next in-ring encounter will see him challenge for Reigns' Universal Championship this Saturday at Elimination Chamber. WWE commentator Corey Graves asked Goldberg on his After the Bell podcast to explain why he could realistically headline this year's WrestleMania. The Hall of Famer responded by referencing his impressive win over Lashley 4 months ago. Lesnar chose to face Reigns at WrestleMania after winning the Men's Royal Rumble. However, Goldberg will likely replace the Tribal Chief as Lesnar's opponent on April 2nd or 3rd if he wins the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber. At the same time, the Beast Incarnate is set to challenge for Bobby Lashley's WWE title in a 6-man Elimination Chamber match. Although he is WWE's oldest active in-ring performer, Goldberg believes he should be considered a legitimate threat to Roman Reigns' Universal title. The 55-year-old added that he is still mentally and physically capable of performing at a high level in WWE. Goldberg's match against Reigns is scheduled to be the last under his current WWE contract. It's unclear if he will sign another deal with the company beyond Elimination Chamber. The Hardy Boyz plan to reunite against former WWE Tag Team Champions. It's been announced that the legendary tag team of the Hardy Boyz will reunite to face off against Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. Ever since Jeff Hardy was released from WWE in late 2021, many have been speculating when the charismatic Enigma will reunite with his broken brother to reform one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling history. Wrestling fans now have the answer, as the 8-time tag team champions are booked to face the major players for independent wrestling promotion, Big Time Wrestling. The match will take place Sunday, March 13th in Albany, New York. With Jeff Hardy now able to compete on the independent circuit once again, we can expect to see the Hardy brothers face off against some of the best tag teams in the wrestling world has to offer. It's believed that Jeff Hardy was released from Vince's promotion due to his strange behavior during a live event in late 2021. However, according to Matt Hardy, his younger brother's mindset that night was justified due to the personal struggles that Jeff was having at the time. Now that Jeff and Matt have put their past behind them, they're now focused on one final run in the business. Let's see where the charismatic Enigma lands as his non-compete clause expires up on March 9th. Tyson Kidd discusses the changes to NXT 2.0 and how they benefit the main roster. Former tag team champion Tyson Kidd shed light on recent changes on the company's developmental brand NXT 2.0. In late 2021, news broke that WWE was revamping NXT into something more fitting with where the company was heading. This saw many in-ring talents and backstage staff either released or choosing to leave. They also changed the entire appearance of the show and adopted a new hiring policy where athletes from outside of wrestling were taken a higher focus. Speaking to Count It Out, Tyson Kidd gave his thoughts on the new look of developmental show and how it will help WWE's main roster moving forward. Although he currently works as a producer on WWE's main roster, he has had several stints in NXT. Kidd says that the system is now more of what developmental should be, preparing the upcoming stars for the main roster call-up. Tyson Kidd had a few stints in NXT, challenging for the NXT title and the NXT tag team titles. Bianca Belair reveals why she wants Becky Lynch to beat Lita at Elimination Chamber. Bianca Belair has admitted that she wants Becky Lynch to retain the Raw Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber because she wants to be the one to dethrone the Irish Star at WrestleMania. The EST of WWE will be locked inside the chamber alongside 5 other women, where the winner will receive a shot at the Raw Women's title at the grandest stage of them all. Big Time Bex will put her coveted title on the line in the upcoming show. In a recent interview with Give Me Sport, Bianca Belair stated that she'd be very upset if someone else took the title from Becky Lynch. Bianca Belair has business to sort out with Becky Lynch, as last year's SummerSlam, she was defeated in 26 seconds and lost the SmackDown Women's title to Becky Lynch. At WrestleMania 38, the EST of WWE wants to capture the Raw Women's title and stated that it would mean the world to her. Bianca Belair will be the last person to be released from the Elimination Chamber pod, which puts the odds in her favor. She's the favorite to win and to go on to face Lynch at the Show of Shows. Booker T comments on why Stone Cold Steve Austin's WWE return could be scary for him. WWE legend Booker T thinks that Stone Cold Steve Austin may be a little apprehensive on his way to the ring if he returns for another match, but that feeling could go away after a while. Recent reports have indicated that Austin will have his first match in WWE in 19 years at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens is rumored to be the Hall of Famer's opponent at the Show of Shows. While speaking on this Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T talked about Stone Cold Steve Austin's rumored return and said he likes the idea of the Texas Rattlesnake getting in the ring one more time. Booker T feels it may be a scary feeling for Austin initially, but he could feel comfortable once he gets in the ring. Booker T also stated that Austin's entrance alone would be worth the price of admission at WrestleMania 38. As per a recent report, the Texas Rattlesnake has not made up his mind yet on a match at WrestleMania 38. However, Austin will be featured at the Show of Shows even if he doesn't get in the ring for a match. Another report has confirmed Austin's match with Owens, with many backstage in WWE discussing it. Owens' promo on Raw, where he took a shot at Texas, was a setup for a feud with Austin. Austin's last match came at WrestleMania 19, where he faced The Rock in a singles matchup. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. For exclusive content that you never want to miss, you gotta subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification bell so you never miss whenever we drop brand new content. Follow us on all social media and download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.